Hi everyone. So as we saw in this model, part of this industrial transformation brought ideologies such as the social Darwinism. So this idea says that the stronger survive, the richest, while the weakest dies, the poorest. And I'm gonna use this ideology um, as my photographer was against to it. So the picture that I choose is this one, and I'm gonna put it here. So why the photographer took the picture and what message they were trying to convey. Why? So in my perspective, I I think that the photographer took the picture to make this question to the richest people. This is the weak people that you are talking about, and the message of this photo is that the rich define survival for the poor as working for the rich. And the way that I draw to this conclusion is for these details that we can see in the picture. So if you can see, there's kids working with their mother, with their mothers, I guess. And if you see, they're like coming from school, and they are making like flower bouquets. So it's something that a poor people in that period, it will not really need. It's something that maybe that ladies, they were working to for the riches, and now their kids are helping. But obviously the women are working for the necessity, and the kids are working for the love that they feel for the mothers. But in this case, it's like for the photographer, is like, do you actually see these people like the weakness, the weakness people? These kids are the weakness for you. And some my quote for this analysis, this picture is from the book section 3, the rise of inequality and maintenance growth. A growth must occur at the top. The strong must grow stronger. They may do so. They must waste no strength in the vain task of trying to uplift the weak. So basically, in other words, the richest, it doesn't have to worry about what sacrifice is making the poor. But my photographer, what I believe is that is like make is like that is making this question to the rich. What sacrifice you will not help the poorest people? Why you will not help the poorest? Or what they will need help? They need help to work for you, to work in your own stuff, in your own business. So this is my first picture. And the second picture that I choose is this one. I'm gonna put it here also. So why the photographer took the picture and what message they were trying to convey. So in in my own perspective, is the why the photographer took the picture is to show the bad inequalities that the people were working during that period. And the message is that the miners took the worst part of the work in this period, since even though they were working harder, um all the pay depend on what they found. It doesn't that depend on themselves. And this picture want to show that desperation. And I draw to this conclusion as you see the faces of these this miner, this worker. And also like to show why they live all days um in that place. And you can see the faces of the worker. They look like kind of worried and a little bit sad, desperate. And it's something like very obvious because they are not paid to be there, or the time that I spent like digging. they were paid um if they found the coal. So, and the quote that I'm using for this picture is from the lecture one, and it says, "The way that coal industry worked is that miners were not paid a daily rate or an hourly. They were paid by the amount of coal they produce. This is called death work because even though it occupies their time and their labor, they receive no compensation for it at all. In other words, the miners, the miners took the miners were not paid for they were not paid for dying or for the time that they spent back on ground. They were paid to find coal, and it's something really sad. It's something really desperate because they will be there spending hours and hours, but if they don't find coal, they will not pay it. And for me, it's something really desperate in that case. But yeah, basically, this is all my analysis. So thank you.